All right, let me go ahead and start doing some sharing real quick.
Oh boy,
What's been going on, with you dog?
work, just just work.
I know how that is. The work life is the life.
Yep, that's all. It's nothing more, nothing less. Especially night shift. So night shift itself is always fun.
Can't relate. That AM shift is not anything to scoff at all, especially when you consider waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning just to leave about four something to park by 4:50 and then go to work at 6 o'clock.
That was literally my life for the last like 5 years until March of last year. So
You're at you still shipyard, right?
yeah, but I just put in an application to be an intern for the Fed for social media and for they have like documentaries and all their original content shit. So
The Fed, you mean like the Federal Reserve?
no, like WWE.
Word.
They have internships that I apply for, and I apply for them for one to be a social media intern, and the other to be
Jeez.
an intern with their original content. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's kind of dope.
original content documentaries. Let me clarify: original content and documentaries.
All right, that's
So
kind of dope.
yeah, I haven't gotten any word back, but I just put in the applications for both of them yesterday.
That's dope. I wonder if I can be heard on my TikTok. Even though I'm kind of side by side. All right. So I want to show you something real quick, and it's
Oh,
going
I
to.
know. I think I already know where you're going, but I mean, like, what is the? I'll let you have it. Go ahead.
Because y'all had yourselves a little field day in this segment.
That was like 3 years ago. That was like years ago.
Yeah, it was about 4 years ago, and y'all had yourselves a little field day. But
Yeah.
I want other people to see how y'all treated me.
Didn't Duke also win?
Huh?
Hey, yo, like my status if you traded your quarterback for a bag of Doritos. The Legion of who?
The
The
Legion of
what,
Fools.
man? The traded
Legion of
man. That's
Fools.
a whole pack of Badgers going to Denver. That is
Oh,
crazy.
Instead of pack of Packers,
Wild.
bro.
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be my team. Where's my quarterback? Oh, he's in Texas. Real shame. What's up, dude? You gonna get a
Yo,
Denver
yo,
jersey?
yo, 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 yo. What is going on? This is Somebody What's the show again. I'm your host, Mr. Truth Teller, and
Oh
along
my
with my
god.
boys, Isaac and Brian. As you can see, they have already started the foolery.
Boys cutting up.
Your team is
Cutting
a
up.
pack of fools, bro. You are led by clowns. You need your logo is no longer a Seahawk. Just get the clown logo. Or in
We need to
fact,
add that to the
put a
intro. You
clown
were led
mask.
by clowns.
Put a clown mask.
So in that moment, I feel like everybody was like, "What the heck is John doing?" And it's crazy because I should have knew because I had that same question back in 2010. Why did I have that question? Because 2010 really was the beginning of the end for the rest of the league. Really, it started back in '09 when we drafted Earl and blah, 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 blah. But things really kicked into gear. 2010, we bring in Pete Carroll. We bring, and then the craziest thing happened is that I don't know if you remember TJ Houshmandzadeh was on the team at this point.
I do remember.
So in the receiving room prior to the regular season, we had the likes of TJ Houshmandzadeh and Mike Williams. Do you remember Mike Williams from USC, draft bust?
Vaguely.
That Mike Williams. We cut TJ Houshmandzadeh and keep Michael Williams on the team. So I remember myself at this point like, what the heck is Mike and Pete? What the heck is John and Pete doing? TJ is your wide receiver one. Like I was not familiar with Golden Tate's game at this point. And I believe we also, this may or may have not been Doug's first year. I got to go back and look and see if that was Doug's first year.
You talking about Doug Baldwin?
Yes, Angry Doug Baldwin. It was either this year, it was either 2010 or 2011 we were running Angry Doug. So you got Golden Tate, Doug Baldwin, and then they just continue to build on it. The Russell Wilson draft, 2012, you got Bruce Irvin, Russell Wilson, Bobby.
Yep, Bobby Wagner.
And that was the big deal because nobody saw it coming. You got this undersized Mike linebacker, undersized quarterback. Both turned out to be two of the best things that ever happened to the franchise. Bobby Wagner, in my honest opinion, is the second greatest Seahawk of all time. Big Walt is number one. And then you go with Bobby. And then I think Steve Largent will probably be next up. So they go win the Super Bowl. We all know what happened in the next year. I heard it all. Heard it for the last 11 years. Thankfully, I ain't got to hear it no more because you see what happened. So let's move back over to this date. The Russell Wilson trade happens. You get, 2 first-round picks, another second and third round pick. When you look at what we got for that Russell Wilson trade, I'm gonna just list off everything that happened because that might be the greatest trade win for the Seahawks ever. So the Denver Broncos get Russell Wilson, which really turns out to not work for them at all because nothing came of that. They gave him this big contract, and they really helped us out in the long run because while the Seahawks are competing and actually makes the playoffs this year, the Broncos practically tank for us. So
in the playoffs, or
they tanked that entire season.
This season?
No, I'm talking about the first season of the Russell Wilson trade.
Oh.
So thanks to that trade itself, we get the 2022 first round pick, which turns out to be Charles Cross.
Okay.
And then the second round pick becomes Boye Mafe. In 2020, the fifth round pick, I don't know who that was. And then 2023, we get the first round pick thanks to their bad record, which turns out to be Devon Witherspoon. I feel like it was somebody else. The second round pick was it doesn't say it up here, but Derek Hall was also a part of this deal. We drafted Derek Hall in the second round of 2023. Derek Hall, please stop with a 6'7". Derek Hall is a big deal because Derek Hall in this most recent game in the Super Bowl has 2 sacks, and one of those sacks is a forced fumble. That leads, I want to say that forced fumble led to the one touchdown we scored on offense. Devon Witherspoon, just after really having a bad game against the Rams, goes out there and says, you know what, I'm going to just make it for all of that and just go all the way out. And if it weren't for the fact that K9 had, 130-plus yards, I think MVP, if not going to the kicker, which is of all things crazy, it would have went to Spoon. Boye Mafe, great rotational piece. Who else did I say? Charles Cross, great line. He just got paid. Got paid big time. So that one trade, in that moment, it looked terrible. As y'all said, Legion of Fools. Like traded all these people for a pack of gum. And at that point, that's what it looked like. But in the long run, not only did the Seahawks win the Super Bowl this year, they're looking like they could really repeat if they want to. And that's the scary part because the team is young, and then you have your good mix. You have a healthy mix of veterans around there. On the line, just on the front itself, you got Tank, who told everybody, look, I love Dallas. I just know that's not where I'm going to win a championship at. And it's so funny because I had this video of what's that guy? Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah.
After Tank said that, he immediately was like, Tank, you're not winning a Super Bowl. You're not winning a championship in Seattle. And as soon as I saw it, we are kind of on a streak. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and put this in my bookmark. I'm going to go ahead and bookmark this just in case we actually pull this off. So we get to the playoffs. We run through the Niners. I was like, should I go ahead and post this now? No, I'm going to wait. We beat the Rams and we're in the Super Bowl. I was like, we made it this far. Should I wait? Nah, I'm going to go ahead and wait. So as soon as the clock started running down for the Super Bowl, I could have shared that thing anywhere at the beginning of the fourth quarter. But I was like, no, I'm going to wait until we are 100% sure that this game is over. Seattle wins. And I was like, hey, we're going to talk about this now because you just said the Seahawks aren't going to win the Super Bowl this year. All the experts were predicting Seattle to go 6-11, 7-10, finishing third in the conference at that. Not the conference, finishing third in the division. And don't get me wrong, we got the best division in the league. That's not a question. All three of the four teams won double-digit games this year. That doesn't happen. The Niners, even though my one of the foremen at my job, he swears up and down because he's a Niners fan. He's like, we're not that good. I'm like, dude, you had a team of practice squad guys and still somehow won, 10 games? 11 games? 11 games?
Mm-hmm.
You went 11-5, 11-6, whatever it was. There's no way you're going to sit here and tell me that this team isn't good. Brock Purdy's a dog. It was times out there during that game where he had to do it himself, and he was still making plays here and there. It just didn't translate to the scoreboard. He didn't score a touchdown. His last touchdown against the Seahawks really should have been a pick. But Reed Willing. He had a lot of bonehead plays this year. I'm happy he's not coming back. But that's just it. What were your thoughts on I thought it was a fun Super Bowl. Because
you like defensive games. So
yes. So,
I think I was the whole time watching the game. I'm like, this dude's loving this.
Yes,
this dude's loving this, which I kind of was too at first. But after the third quarter, I'm like, if they don't score, if New England doesn't score, then like I'm turning this off because I got other things I want to do. But I was mostly in it for as it got closer and closer, I'm realizing I really don't care. I just know the halftime show is going to be good, and it was.
Yeah,
and I feel bad for the people who didn't get it.
And it's funny because I had to actually wait until I saw it on TikTok, because on TikTok somebody actually put the subtitles.
Oh,
So I was able to actually watch the halftime show with subtitles. I was like, you know what? One of these songs is a little raunchy, but it's still a dope show.
right. That was my whole thing. Like, I don't give a shit about lyrics. I was like, no, the vibe is good. It looks like everybody there is having a fun time.
I
That's
thought
what
it was
it looked.
pretty. I
It
thought it was
just
pretty.
looked, it just looked like fun.
Yeah,
Which is what the Super Bowl halftime should be. It should be fun. You know? And that's what that's what this one was. And if you didn't like it, you don't if you generally watch the other one and like it, you don't like fun. Because the clips I've seen from that one, I was like, this doesn't look like fun.
shoot. One of the conservative people I follow on TikTok, he was like, "Yo, this is actually lit."
What? The Bad Bunny one?
Yeah.
We knew it was. If you doubted it was going to be anything else but lit, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Well, I think what it was some people already turned off because when he was announced to be the halftime show performance, he was like, "Hey guys, you might as well go ahead and learn Spanish now."
yeah,
So it was like,
because that's what his music is in. Like besides, like, I've heard some of the songs translated and they don't hit the same. They just don't.
you remember when Bad Bunny first made his appearance in WWE?
Yeah, again,
You see the parallel.
yeah, again, the shit doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same. Like, a foreign artist translating their shit to English just to make a whole bunch of other people feel good doesn't hit the same as saying it is original tongue.
Right.
It
But-
just doesn't.
I just think about how crazy that crowd went when he came out to Chambea.
Yeah, because they get it. Those are his
Like,
people.
oh my gosh.
And if
was
anything, that should have put into perspective how big this guy really is. Now, granted, it was in Puerto Rico, but still, like, the whole place was jumping. The entire place.
And for those people that care, the performance put up numbers.
Yeah, it did. It beat Kendrick's last year. Last year.
That tells you something because all the conservatives decided, you know what, we're not going to watch the Super Bowl halftime show. We're going to go watch Kid Rock and his very much worse lyrics.
Oh, way worse. Way worse. They're way worse. They're way worse. Like, they're horrendous. I'm not even saying this because of quality. I'm saying this because just read the damn thing.
Yeah. That everybody was sharing a screenshot of one of the songs where he was talking about liking minors. I was like, yo,
Exactly.
this is the real American. This is the all-American superstar y'all want performing your halftime show.
First of all, All-American Superstar is a stretch for Kid Rock.
I mean, I was being sarcastic.
I know, but still, that's calling that man a super anything is a stretch.
And I mean, I'm gonna do it. There's only one Super Bowl halftime show.
Prince.
Did I do it right? Since there's only one national anthem.
Yeah.
Did I do it right? There's only one Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, and it was good. And it was good.
And it did not.
Plus, like, the other one, apparently the other one was pre-taped. There were people who said they were paid to be there, which they got paid $250. Plus, the dude, what he was thinking about was like, bro, so, like, there's no way you think the people coming in are, so you just don't do the things you're supposed to do is what I'm hearing. You don't fish. You don't, like, drive your truck. You don't do any of these things.
Bro, you're from Detroit. Chill out.
No, I'm talking about the other dude. What's his name? Lee Bryce or whatever?
Oh, I don't know who was performed.
Well, he was singing about, like, I just want to fish. I just want to drive my truck. I just want to do all these things. Like, so you can't. I just want to play with my. I was like, so you can't do these things on the regular? Like, is something stopping you from doing that?
If I want to go fish, I'm gonna just say, hey, look, let's go fishing. I ain't going fishing forever though. I want my granddad once.
But you see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like, just whining and complaining. That's all those people do.
Duh. And then they want to cry about other whining and complaining, but you're whining and complaining about people whining and complaining.
Right. And then
Me
after
too.
a while, we don't really care after a while because like, oh, well, we want to complain, but then after a while, I was like, all right, yeah, we're done. We'll figure it out. Then y'all just want to keep whining and complaining.
Yep. Complaining and whining and complaining. In other news, the All-Star weekend wasn't that great. The All-Star games format, I think, is pretty solid. I do like the format now because I think it makes the players actually wanted to compete. Now the dunk contest was straight buns.
I'm out on basketball. I've been out on basketball, not college, but like just out on pro basketball since I don't know. Like it's just giving me more reasons to be out on it, mostly because I heard that there are teams tanking, and then there's the whole, then there's like I said the whole All-Star format, and they said the dunk contest this week. Just there's just a lot of boring for me. In a way, just like, and it's no stakes in it. Whereas college basketball, every game in college basketball feels like it has stakes to it.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that really I think stood out that entire weekend when it came to the All-Star game and everything was Kevin Durant.
Yeah, like that's the other thing too. Like, I mean, I've never really been a huge fan of Kevin Durant anyway, but like the fact that you
Yeah,
can't,
fan of his hair.
like you can't, not that you can't, but like coming out saying, getting exposed like that, especially for your teammates, is just.
But at a point, it comes to a point. You have been in the league since 2007. Why are you at this point in your career using a burner to talk trash about your teammates?
Right. Why are you talking trash about your teammates anyway?
Yo, the funniest part, and it still tickles me. This man called Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I saw that triple-double cocaine there.
Was it Russell?
It said it was either Russell or Draymond, but they said it was Russell. I think it was Russell, but they call him triple-double.
Triple-double cocaine bear. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was madness.
I can't play with him at that point because why?
Are they on the same team right now?
Not Russ, but Alpy and the other guy. Yeah. Matter of fact, I cannot remember what his name is. He literally before Kevin Durant came to Houston, he was like, that was my favorite player growing up. I looked up to Kevin Durant. Well, idols become rivals. Don't meet your heroes.
Because like also it's just, to me it just didn't make sense. His journey in general doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. It's just kind of like irked me a bit because like, what do you mean like you have? Why are you jumping to a team that doesn't need you, kind of thing? You know,
Yeah.
That whole thing kind of undersold me in that way, you know. And then, like I said, why are we tanking? You know, why are we taking? Like I've always been against taking in any sport.
Yeah.
Because you're getting paid. I understand you need better players, but also that's the point of still playing. You still can play millions of dollars to play a game. You know what I mean?
So here's my thing with taking. I get it with the NFL because
the NFL, yeah, I get it in a way. The NFL, I understand it.
Because if you have the worst
like
record, you're guaranteed the number one pick.
Right.
You're not guaranteed the number one pick if you are the worst team in the NBA. You still have to go through a lottery.
Right. So I understand that, but also but still is that, and then also the other thing about basketball is like load management. Like, what do you mean you need to sit? You're required to sit however many games or whatever.
My grades didn't have load management.
No, mine didn't.
Did Kobe have load management?
I know Mike didn't.
Kobe, what he tore his Achilles and still hit 2 free throws?
Yep. Yeah.
Get
Did
out
he
of
break
here.
his leg in the game and come back?
Maybe. I got to go back and look. I was talking to one of my coworkers. We were just reminiscing about how great basketball was. Because I grew up where we were talking, one day we were talking just about how the All-Star game back in the early 2000s really meant something.
Yeah, he broke his leg. He broke his leg in 2013, sustained a tibial plateau fracture in his left knee. It occurred 6 games after he returned from the Achilles. Despite the fracture, he continued to play and even hit like a dagger 3-pointer.
Yeah.
So, what are we doing?
And what year was this?
2013.
Okay, so that was like towards the end of his prime. No, that's post prime.
I mean, did Kobe really have a prime? When I say did he really have a prime, is there like really a before and after with Kobe, or was he just?
Yeah, he did. I mean, you got to remember, Kobe didn't. He came in sitting behind Eddie Jones.
Okay.
Then he kind of took over. He was the Robin on the team, and then kind of took over. And yo, 9 people watching me. What's up? So this all. And he just kind of took over. And after his last ring, his body started breaking down. Of course, he still is going to do what he's going to do, and you could see the production kind of falling off because he would want to shoot the same way he was shooting at the height of his career, and it just wasn't happening. Oh, that says 3. I thought it said 9. Appreciate the numbers though. But yeah, I mean that's going to happen.
Maybe it's just me. Like I said, I found myself, going towards hockey, moving towards hockey, and
I've been meaning to try to catch a volleyball game because they got the LOVB now, and I just ain't had the time. I just haven't been able to catch it.
yeah, hockey for me is like at this point it's just hockey and football, hockey, and baseball.
Is baseball happening yet?
Yeah, well, spring training.
I'm seeing all these contracts being signed and whatnot. That's all I'm catching.
Yeah. So yeah, but it's work though. I mean, it's not work. You know what I mean? Like it's stuff I enjoy. So I'm finding those more appealing than watching pro basketball. Speaking of things that are appealing, I feel we've reached the violent portion of this whole thing where it's like, yeah, we're kind of like prison is just you can't just do prison anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna there's no reason for prison because clearly they don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way they're. I say there's not going. Well, because prison is just too good for these people. Gotta put them down, personally, because it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
I have not. I've been kind of out of the wrestling loop a little bit lately. I've been kind of more casually watching than anything.
Well, Revolution has coming up in a couple of weeks. All right, so personally, I'm planning on going to Double or Nothing in New York. It's in. I plan on doing that. Going to WrestleCon. My whole trip is laid out for that. Like I said, plan on going to Double or Nothing. Here's the matches for Revolution so far. They have Mox and Takeshita for the AEW Continental Championship with no time limit. FTR and the Bucks once again for the tag titles. And then MJF and Hangman for the belt, for the main belt. But if Hangman loses, he won't get another shot at it. But kind of similar to the Cody thing, but I think I saw a theory that I think might work better. He's going to agree to, because Hangman wants Texas Death. But he left it up to MJF to think about it. But he said it'd be interesting to see if MJF agrees to the Texas Death. But Hangman, he tells Hangman he'll like to change the never challenging for it again. But he won't, not that he won't be able to challenge for it. But if you, how did somebody put it? He put it like if you to see if you keep his word. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way somebody looked at it. I said, "Oh, that's pretty interesting." I think I like the tweet that said that, but I thought it was interesting to say. I thought it was an interesting perspective on it. It said Hangman doesn't agree. Like MJF tells Hangman he agrees, but he doesn't take the but he doesn't take the Cody said legally binding. You know what I mean? He leaves it up to Hangman. So like meaning like if Hangman will come off as a fraud if he challenges for the world title again. If he breaks his word and challenges for the title again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought that makes sense. Better than just the same way Cody did, where he was like, I'll never challenge for the belt again. Which theoretically didn't do Cody any favors. But I keep seeing the tweet that's like, do you think any of those people regret going to WWE? And I'm like, I have to wonder the same thing personally. Because from what I'm seeing, I'm like, okay, do you have a purpose? What is? I understand why some people went back. I get it. I understand why some people stay. I get it. But I know if I get signed, right? If I come from somewhere else and I get signed, I expect to keep doing what I was doing. That's just in the way of I expect to keep wrestling, especially if I was somebody who was wrestling a lot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
So, like, if I'm coming to somewhere and I wrestle a lot in the beginning, but then I'm not, then I don't, sure, I'll do a main event, I'll do a house show, every now and then. I'm not saying I got to win all my matches, but if I'm not wrestling at all, I'm not on main event, I'm not on house shows, I'm just traveling down town, just sitting, waiting for them to call my name. I don't know what. That doesn't resonate with me. I can't resonate with that kind of thinking. That, and also if I seem to be like, from what I've like, take Rusev. Take Rusev. Rusev was TNT champion in AEW like for a long time. Like he had a whole thing with it. I liked it. People there, we kind of liked it. People who were watching it kind of liked it. They vibe with it. Then he leaves, goes to WWE. Well, he returns to AEW, has a banger with Hobbs. Then comes to WWE. He has like a few spots, so to speak, because I've like slowed down on watching Raw or whatever show he's on. He has like certain spots, and then the Rumble comes, and he's in there for what, like?
More than alone. Wasn't he one of Owen's victims?
Right. So you're in there for like 2 seconds or whatever.
Yeah. Oba was going off though, so
I know,
wouldn't
but I
see that.
understand that. But I'm saying like but then I also have to remember. Well, maybe it's just because I don't understand it. You know.
I think I don't get it. I don't know if it's the money factor, the creative factor anymore. It just depends on who you're talking about. I know that they were saying that Will Hobbs, Royce Keys, whatever you want to call him, he actually was going to make more money than AEW. He was like, "Nah, I'm good."
All right. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. If you're going for the money, I get it. I understand that. You know, because
Yeah, I've always said that.
yeah, if you're going to WWE for the money, that means it's inherent. Like it just
You got a family feed.
Yeah, I understand that. But if you're going, but I don't think WWE is a place like, oh, I want to take a new creative direction with my character. I don't think that's the place you go for that.
No, but I think this is just something that he wanted to do.
No,
Like,
I understand. I get that. We are on the same page. Of like, if it is something you choose and want to do, it's fine. Like I said, I can't even hate on it. I mean, I can't hate on it anyway. But I'm just saying, okay, I understand. But I'm wondering, like there's so many great wrestlers I see in WWE that could be doing something else.
Here's the issue I see, because you're right, and I see it. But at the
I'm not even saying I want them to go to AEW. That's
No,
not what I'm saying. I just want like you could be doing like Dragon Lee could be doing something else.
And I guess honestly, it helps now that they have AAA down there and they're doing a lot of that. Because people know how Apollo's not doing anything, but Apollo's wrestling AAA.
Okay, yeah. So similar to how like Athena is Ring of Honor Women's Champion, but she's not on. She's in AEW, but she's on RAs because she's RA's Women's Champion. So why is she featured on Dynamite? But she's still the champion.
Here's my issue with that. I don't think any Ring of Honor needs to be featured on AEW TV. If you're not going to feature all of it, don't feature any of it. Let Ring of Honor be Ring of Honor. Maybe if you have something going on, you say, "Oh, here's our Ring of Honor champion. She's going to compete for something here," but don't be featuring Ring of Honor stuff.
Because that's what they did with Bandito. Because Bandito, that whole time he was tag team champion with Brody King, he was still Ring of Honor world champion.
Give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
Right. But as I was saying, he was still Ring of Honor world champion. I guess Breon didn't want to come in, huh? Yeah, but it's just I found that interesting. I find it interesting. Like there's just so many people who could be doing something else. Like if you ask me, like what honestly what set me off, like I don't want Brock there no more. I'm not even talking about the allegations. I don't give a shit about that. I give a shit about the fact that, like, what is your purpose? What reason do you have to really be there? There are plenty of people in there who could do what you do.
Yeah. And I mean, that comes to an issue where you have so many talent and so little space to feature everybody.
But I'm saying that is my point. Why are we featuring him? There's so much talent, so much in that company, still incoming, mind you. Why do we need this one guy?
Who is the one guy you're talking about?
Brock.
Oh, here, easy. That's an easy answer. Money.
What?
That's easy.
That's why I hate this, because maybe it's because I'm still too rooted in logic and I don't want the company and because that doesn't make any sense. Not that it doesn't make any sense. It's just like he serves no purpose. And maybe it's because we're just pissed off about the whole thing with Dragunov. Because now he looks ineffective. Because Dragunov is a fucking animal.
I didn't like the no selling of that.
You
sell it and then eliminate him.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm like, you know what? At this point, fuck him. Get him out of here. Like, get him out of here. Because that's the animal.
Yeah. Sell
Like,
it and then make
Some
it
of the
look like
hardest
you.
hitters in the company. And then they're saying, well, you know, Brock can choose who he wants to sell for. It's like, no, it's a fucking business. I don't care how long he's been there. Like, that's not, I don't think that's not I don't think that's an option.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going
I
to
didn't like
choose
that.
who I want to sell for.
Yeah, I didn't care for that at all because
Yes.
because of just that. I mean, I get it, and it'll probably be Oba, and it really should be Oba.
It should be. Like,
If
I mean, I
it's
don't give a shit.
Oba
I
or
personally
Gunther.
don't give a shit who it is. But I just know, like, at this point, just get him out. Just send him off into the sunset to do whatever the hell he wants to do.
Shoot, make a Gunther because since he's on this whole.
Whatever. Who cares? Like, I don't care. I'm just like, because, like I said, to me, he's been boring since he got back. Because he comes in, fucking double legging in the corner, shoulder jab, German suplex, maybe even regular suplex, German suplex, Kimura, F5, kick out, Kimura, F5. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, and this is the thing that they've done for so long, they don't have to. They realize, and it's that Hulk Hogan mentality. Because again, we knew that Hulk Hogan could wrestle, he just didn't have to, and he was going to make the money he was going to make hand over fist. And Brock Lesnar realizes, okay, I don't have to do anything crazy here. I'm gonna just go out and do these simple things. I'm gonna get house, and I'm gonna head back to Saskatchewan.
It's so funny. It's somewhere that is. I'm watching this video about Tyler Perry right now. That some dude's making. This dude made. I don't know if you've heard about it. Some dude made a 4-hour long Tyler Perry video, and I think I'm like halfway through it. But one of the things he brings up in there is that he could be a good filmmaker. He just chooses not to be.
Right, because again, if you're making money off of doing the same thing, why am I going to change?
Right. But to me, that just like not even talking about Brock. To me, that concept just says like, oh, like, so you don't have to try, is what you're saying.
No,
like, no, that, and to me, like, no, that shouldn't be the mindset to me. You know,
but you're looking at it from an art form.
Is wrestling not an art form?
It depends on who you ask. Some people call it, they don't call it the wrestling art, they call it the wrestling business.
I was just saying, I'm saying, well, put it this way. All right, put it this way. It is a business. I understand the business part. I understand that. But it is a business at the end of the day, but it's also a form of entertainment. Does fall under the arts and entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. And I will agree that yes, at the end of the day, it is art form, but I feel like people put the business aspect first,
right?
Especially when you start looking at the
whatever,
top
like
guys.
because you can't get away from that. I understand that it's a business, you can't get away from that. But the whole we gotta ignore completely, tank one side of it because of one side. To tank the art because of the business is not.
You know what it is?
That does anybody any favors.
You know what it is? One's tangible, another one's subjective.
The art being subjective.
The art is subjective. So I only bring that up because this morning, while I was reading a tweet, and somebody was basically complaining about Pat McAfee and how he's a mediocre white guy. He's gotten all these things for being a mediocre white guy. But he's saying all these things because he doesn't enjoy the content that Pat McAfee puts out. I personally know you don't like Pat McAfee as a commentator.
I
don't know anything past the commentator. I know you don't like him as a commentator.
Well, I don't like it because they gave Morrow hell for the shit they gave they're praising Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I agree.
Which, and then people, and mind you, I'm talking about the people within it. In WWE were giving Morrow hell. You remember we talking about that one thing?
You
Right.
say the same. I say he's gone miles beyond what Morrow did.
Right.
Morrow
And,
never
and
was
people
up
love
on
it.
his feet on top of the table doing all this crazy
No.
stuff.
He just had really enthusiastic calls. Some of those shits, I go back to watch certain matches because I remember how good they were.
Both are very in tune with pop culture.
Yes. Which I appreciated about Morrow because when I first started listening to him, I didn't realize how in tune he was.
Yeah.
You know,
Is he still doing
boxing.
no, I thought he was working at the other company now. The Canadian junk.
MLP, maybe. I just heard last where I heard him was boxing. I
I
forgot
think
who
I
was
watched the
fighting
video and I
for him.
thought I heard his voice in MLP.
He
It
is
just happened to
Canadian,
pop.
so he is
Give me-
Canadian, so
And I mean, I'm pretty sure he has a good relationship or got some respect from Demore.
Scott. Oh yeah, well, because Scott called him in when during the pandemic when Kenny showed up to do that match with Rich Swann to unite the belts. He called that match.
You're right. I do recall that. It's wild because you would have thought that Tony would have brought him in. I prefer to listen to him for
Tony. Well, I don't think Excalibur. Like, say which one of Excalibur. That dude.
I don't like him.
I know you don't like him. I know why. I know why you don't like him. But it's just like I don't know. I can't dispute whatever he's been accused of or any of them been accused of. I just know like when he's calling match, I was like, okay, I know him and like the commentary team of him, fucking Danny, Brian, and Tony is a great matchup now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think that's a brilliant commentator table, regardless of how you feel about him. No, that's not me. That's not me praising him for whatever he's done. I just, hey, you're good at what you do. No,
Yeah.
it's as simple as that.
So yeah, the whole thing is just it's a subjective art form, and it go like we were talking about music, and I was like, I get it. Like a lot of people didn't care for the J. Cole album. I loved it.
I didn't. I didn't hate it. It just didn't. It didn't hit for me. It just like I'm listening. It just and It wasn't even like I wasn't even listening to it to compare it to other things. I was just like, oh, it's nice to hear. It would be nice to hear something from Cole, and it just didn't. It just couldn't register.
Yeah,
You know.
I thought it was a great, and I understood the storyline he was going through and everything like that. I was quoting some of the stuff from his music. I was like, yo, this is actually a really good album to me. Even like I remember when I first really understood I Love Her Again. Because at first I'm like, my first listen, I was like, is this like a continuation of Dreams? But then I continued listening to it, and it was like, yo, this is literally the girl he's talking about is hip hop. Because the part that really made me understand it was when he mentioned the Drake and Kendrick beef. I was like, why did he bring that up? And then the light bulb, I was like, okay, I get it now.
But yeah, it was all right. You know, like I said, it didn't do anything for me. But
And I respect that.
gotta be honest. Like I said, it wasn't bad. Just didn't do anything for me. It just didn't. Just didn't. You know, so. Just didn't do anything. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all right. I was looking. Yeah, I was looking forward to just whatever comes next. Apparently, Baby King dropped an album. I was gonna listen to that later.
I still need to listen to Larry Jones.
Yeah. But other than that, you know, I have just been trying to keep politics at a arm's
Oh yeah,
distance.
because I see all the stuff, and it was like my issue is somebody's got to be able to put out all their accurate information. So,
Yeah.
and this is the only thing I'm gonna say about it. You heard about the situation. I don't know where it was, but the black lady that was unfortunately
Yeah.
taken out.
Yeah.
And the first thing I see is people was like, ICE killed her.
No, I saw what I didn't see what happened, but I know the story. It was the person they were chasing, that person's car hit her car.
Right.
And then it was an ICE related crash. ICE didn't kill her, it was ICE related.
Right. And that was my thing. Like, everyone wants to complain about misinformation or disinformation, but will peddle the same mis and disinformation and don't even realize it. I guess they don't even realize it sometimes. Because I'm like, okay, I get it. I don't like how things are going either. I understand the purpose of the agency, but I feel like the current administration is using it the wrong way. But at the same time, with my valid criticisms toward this administration in this regard, I'm not going to sit here and see something and say, ooh, this is my opportunity to flip this and try to make it their fault when it really wasn't. They got a lot more things you can get them on. Let's focus there. And then you got, I don't know if you watched Leon's content, but you have people that are really making it harder for people who may be on the fence to agree with them because they're saying, oh, let's go do this, that, and the third, and to be the most extreme thing, but they're not going to do it. They're trying to radicalize somebody else until they could just sit back and like, yeah, somebody did what I said they should do.
But I feel like you get that with a lot of influencers and everybody.
Yeah.
Is going to push out whatever they want to say in hopes that somebody enacts it. Like, hence Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is one of those people. What's the other freaking idiot? The misogynist dude.
He's talking about
Fresh and Fit. Myron. Yeah, that loser. I heard somebody say we need to normalize calling people losers again, and I'm like, I am so on board with that because that's what most of these people are.
I need that jellyfish call thing that SpongeBob had.
Loser, yeah.
Loser.
Most of them, because most of these people are just losers. Like Riley Gaines is a loser. She's not even a Riley Gaines loser. Freaking.
See, here's my thing with Riley. And it's the part that really gets me. I agree. But you're not the person that needs to say it. You weren't, even if there was
tied for fifth.
That's my point. I agree, but you wouldn't even got on the podium even if this person wasn't there.
That's everybody's point. Everybody's been saying that. They even said that about this one girl who said she didn't want to fence. She was in fencing, and she said she didn't want to fence because she was competing against somebody who may have been trans. But the point with that is, like, it was in the same situation where it's like you're competing at a level where you're not gonna get up there. Like your skill level is not even good enough to get to where you could even be considered for the Olympics. So what are we really talking about?
It'd have been a lot more well received. Whoever won second or third place would have came and said, "Hey, this ain't right." Because at that point,
if somebody won third and then the trans person won second, that would have been something else. That's we're talking a whole other situation. But both of you tied for fifth. Both of you.
Like you would still have been off the podium.
That's everybody's point. It's literally everybody's point.
And I get it. I truly do get that sports should be based off of biology. And there is a valid discussion to be had there. But at the same time, you would have been nowhere near there. Be the supporting cast like you were in the entire event in the first place. And then somehow she's been able to turn that into this major grift. So now she's some icon. That's the other thing. It's like, no, you're not an icon. You just would have placed fourth place, tied for fourth place.
Which gets me about another thing that gets me about them. They enjoy mediocrity. You enjoy mediocrity, so because you enjoy mediocrity, you just want to grift it into something else. But no, it's still mediocrity. Because it's not like it'll be different if you did this and then come back stronger. But no, you're just gonna sit in your, with your loser mentality.
I think that's just society in itself. We always find a way to make ourselves feel more important than we are.
I mean, I know I ain't shit. Like, you know what I mean? I am like, I know I'm comfortable enough to know that I'm like, look, I'm not in this supreme place in life that I want to be at, and that's okay. I'm building towards it.
I'm just Ed.
Yeah, I'm just me. It's as simple as that. I'm not trying to.
I got craters in my face.
I'm not trying to I don't want to grift nobody. I don't want to do that because that's loser mentality to me. Like pushing a narrative I don't believe in is stupid.
Yeah,
that's not how it should be. If you're gonna push up for something, make sure you believe. See if you believe in it first. You should believe in it first. Not just because it'll get you views or whatever. Like that's lame, man. That's so lame. That is so lame. Like grifters are lame. Like of any type. They're all lame with no conscience.
So when do you choose not to sleep anymore?
You said what?
When do you choose not to sleep anymore?
Oh. But yeah, it's just that's all I got for them.
Yeah.
They need to bring back the guillotine. We need to just hurry up and bring back the guillotine and get rid of these billionaires, though. They're not doing anybody any favors.
You just created another rich class. You really can't escape it. That's just one of the things you can't escape.
Well, what's worse, we created a class, and now we've given the class, like the people who voted for this bullshit, have given said class almost unminimal power to do whatever.
I mean, that's always been the case.
I know, but all it takes is the few.
We just are aware.
All it takes is a few idiots to fuck it up for everybody.
I mean, I don't think you're ever going to escape that though, because and that's the thing that I see. I'm like, I don't believe the Democratic Socialists believe what they're saying. Because then you look at who's funding.
I don't think any of them believe what they're saying. I don't think the Democrat, whoever believes what they're saying. I don't think Republicans believe what they're saying.
No,
I don't think
they're all bought.
Yeah, I don't believe any of them.
They're all bought.
Yeah,
and that was why I wasn't so quick to jump on the Zoran train, because I'm like, what's really up? And then the pictures come out with him and I forget the name of the billionaire. And I'm like, ain't no way you gonna sit here and tell me you gonna do all this stuff to billionaires, and you out here all chummy with the billionaires. What's really good? there's I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything in that respect, but it's to the point where it's people.
Like I have to look. I have to placate my own sense of sanity at this point to where I'm like, look, I don't care whatever if you can as long as you keep can you are you going to do what you promised to do in your campaign? I don't care how you do it. I don't give a shit. I don't care what your funding is to do it. Are you going to run on what you said you want to run to? That's all I give a fuck about.
And
Okay. From what I'm seeing with him, apparently he's getting certain stuff in place to where he can. Which I'm like, okay, not that it's gonna have the effect on me, but it's nice to me. It's like, well, it's nice to see somebody actually run on like be somebody like I can actually fucking stomach. And like the other thing is like you're actually like putting in place to get done what you want to get done.
see, the issue is that I think the biggest thing he wanted to do, he didn't have the power to do. So he's saying, "Oh, we're going to do all these things, make the billionaires pay more taxes," but you're the mayor. That's got to go through what's her name? Is it Kathy Hochul?
Yeah. Kate or something like that.
Kathy Hochul.
Hochul, yeah.
And she ain't with it. So you can say all these cool things, and it sounds nice. It just sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And then you realize, wait, that's out of your that's out of your pay grade. Like that's like me saying, "Hey guys, I'm going to do all these things here at the job. I'm not even a foreman. I'm just a regular old shipbuilder, bro. I clock in just like everybody else. I walk in there, do what I need to do, and go home just like the rest of anybody else. They got a square in their hat. I ain't got no triangle. I ain't got none. I ain't got none of that stuff. I don't know how y'all do things over at y'all shipyard, but I know we got squares and triangles.
But yeah, it's
WN. Who is this? That's all I got, dog.
yeah, it's just it's these are frustrating times. They're frustrating times.
It's only gonna get more frustrating because
Yeah.
I told you what's gonna happen. The same thing happened last time. You see all these major issues. The next person in power, and it'll probably be a Democrat. They're just going to overcorrect everything. Neither one of them live in New York City.
At
Did
least
I ask if I lived in New York City? How about that? Did I ask? Did I ask?
at
That's my
least
sister.
at least the fucking at least it won't be under a pedophile. That's all I care about.
That's
Because that's
that's bold to assume because
that's my in currently like because this is my that's shit's blowing. It's not blowing my mind. I'm not super surprised. I'm not gonna act like I'm like
the
surprised
moment
anyway that America would sacrifice its own morality for the sake of one rich white guy. But,
what morality? You can't sacrifice what you don't have.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost forgot history for a second. We haven't had morality in ever. So to see a place sacrifice its supposed principles for fucking pennies on the dollar to justify the racism is crazy.
I mean, right, but here's the thing. Like, I was talking to somebody, I forget who I was talking to, but I was like, we spent 4 years. And it was like, we could have prevented us being in this situation.
Yeah.
We have all this information that was already there.
about him.
Somebody should have, and I'm not going to sit here and say somebody should have, but I'm surprised nobody did leak it. Or even better, the Biden administration dropping this information. Because I could be wrong, I think if all the documents, these files, just on him in itself, I struggle to believe that some of the people that are swing voters would have voted him in.
You said they would not have.
I don't. Now you're gonna have the hardcore MAGA people that's just gonna vote.
I've chosen to ignore those people because I know
Right.
there's nothing we can do, and like if they want to live in ignorance and stupidity. Let them.
They're going to, like, there's no saving that group. But the issue is you got a host of people in this middle, and this is the bulk of your electorate in the middle who will swing one way or the other way depending on the weather. You change the weather with this information, then it's like, yeah, no. And so then we get to the point now where we avoid everything that's happened in the last year and a month. But it didn't get leaked. We wait until now we start seeing all this information, and unfortunately, a lot of heads are going to be rolling or not because ain't nobody doing nothing. Literally, the only person I've seen get arrested is not an American.
Yep. Well, they arrested Norwegian prince. They arrested Prince Andrew. Yeah. Apparently, France says they're putting together evidence to arrest Elon Musk.
I believe when I see it.
Yeah.
So I mean, but we have our embarrassment of what is her title again?
Pam Bondi, the Attorney General.
I watched a good amount of that hearing.
I imagine you saw the part where she yelled out about the Dow being under $50,000 when she's had a fucking hearing about why, like, the president's molesting children.
And I asked who asked, because I thought we were here about. I didn't know we were here about finances.
Right. Which I feel like when I talk to people on that side, they say, "Well, the economy's like fuck the economy, bro. Like nobody gives a fuck about the economy now. I don't.
That need to be arrested or in charge, and that's
like, you say it again.
You know why nobody cares? Because nothing's changed.
Right. Nothing's
changed.
Like this guy says, "Oh, he's gonna make things better."
Well, get food.
They say he's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, he's gonna make things better. It hasn't gotten better. What's gotten better? And then I'll see these videos of people arguing with conservatives, and I'm like trying to listen for the conservative or for the MAGA approach or the conservative approach. Like, what has gotten better? Like this guy, what's that dude? Isaiah Martin. You seen this guy? He's from Texas. He ran for public office in Texas. He didn't win, but he ran for it. He did is surrounded with 20 MAGA supporters. And I'm listening. Oh gosh, and I'm trying to listen to these people explain why they voted, and I'm like,
is this the one where the first guy that came up, he was running for office, and
it was a white guy running for office?
Yeah, he ran for office, and I'm pretty sure he lost his election just off of that one video.
Yeah.
Even conservatives were dogging him. It was like, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. Like,
and I'm saying, like, if y'all, because that's all I hear. All I hear is just fucking nonsense. None of y'all are making sense.
None
of y'all are making sense. None of y'all can appeal to. I guess asking you to appeal to your humanity is a bit much, but like, none of y'all can truly understand what the fuck is going on, because they're trying to tell you, hey, look, this is bullshit. Like we're telling you this is there are people telling you this is bullshit.
Right.
And then you're like, yeah, but that it's bullshit because of who was previously because of who was in charge of it earlier. It's like, no, it's been first of all, it was bullshit during that time too.
It's been this way for
It's
forever.
still bullshit.
It ain't
But
changed.
we're trying to but because it's a different guy leading the bullshit, where it's like, oh, it's not bullshit. No, it's still the same bullshit. It's still the same bullshit.
Yeah.
I could just sleep a little better because I know where I wasn't. I didn't have to check my phone wondering what the fuck is wrong with this guy every day.
I mean, I haven't.
Well,
had,
the one thing
I haven't had that thought since 2008. But I'm sorry.
I haven't checked. Every time I check on Twitter, I'm always checking to see if the news. Well, two things. One, Luigi Mangione getting released because I'm a firm believer he's going to get. If he's like, I don't think you'll find. Like I said, it's up to the jury. You're going to have to find 12 jurors who've never had a problem with healthcare.
I think it's going to be very interesting if he actually does not get convicted. Because I do think just off the basis of the fact that you did what you did, regardless of how I feel about the people or the person that you did the deed to. Are you trolling Anicia? She said Mangione was framed.
I mean, well, I think it's going to get off because you're going to have to put those cops on the stand. You're going to have to put those officers who arrested him on the stand, and they're going to have to address the fact that they didn't read him his rights.
That's gonna kill it.
They didn't read him his right. You can watch the video. They didn't read him his right, and I'm not. This is not me placating, making some stuff up. I watched the stuff. I watched it, and they never read him his rights or his Miranda rights. They didn't have. They said they put him in cuffs. They had to arrest him. They said they knew the gun was in. They said we figured it. They didn't know he had a gun until they checked his bag, which you legally can't check his bag without reason. We said, well, our reason was because we were afraid he was going to pull a weapon. His bag is under the table over there, and he's sitting at a table that's like that he can't reach. His bag is not within arm's distance for him to reach it.
They fumbled.
Yeah,
this is going to be an all-time fumble if he gets off.
That's what I'm saying. And also, the reason why I think he mainly get off is because he's still alive.
Well, who's gonna take him out?
What I mean by that is like we still hear about him in the news. Like the story hasn't been swept up. We haven't seen some quick conviction when he's been in court. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We haven't seen the like thing where it's like, you know, hurry up, like we wake up one day, oh, he's in jail. Oh, he's been convicted. Oh, he's found guilty. Oh, he's in life for 35 years.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that. You see what I'm saying?
We're about to witness a generational fumble here.
It is. Because you're supposed to read them your rights. You're supposed to.
This is gonna be the fumble of all fumbles, and we've seen quite a few fumbles this year.
You know. And then I think the kids are gonna be okay. I think so. Also, speaking of people fumbles, I don't know how you thought going out to fight a bunch of minors and then shaving all your hair off was gonna keep you from getting detected. You see this?
What happened?
The dude who fought in Texas, who fought those kids, who got into with those kids, and those kids jumped him. You didn't see this? All right, let me see if I can find this for Oh yeah. Well, this isn't the story, but I was like, okay, oh here it is. So, Kyle man arrested after altercation with minors during student protests against ICE in Texas. So this buddy's 45. He was in his truck, right, driving down the road. He sees students standing outside protesting ICE. Buddy gets out of his car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the kids, they see him. He's jawing back and forth with the kids and all that. He's jawing back and forth with the kids, and then I guess they're throwing stuff at his truck because first of all, he stopped in the middle of a busy road. It's not like on the side of the road. His truck is in the middle of the road, right? So he stops, gets out, they're throwing stuff, and so it's like, and then they walk towards his truck, they're throwing all that, they're trying to get back. He gets out, I guess something hit his truck, and then he gets out, he shoves like one of the girls, like my high school girls. He shoves one of them. And then they go down, then all of a sudden the kids just swarm him. They just swarm him. Like bad.
Yeah.
Like here, let me see here. Like here.
That's on you.
Right here.
Jeez. And of course they're gonna be recording it.
You see it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Leave them kids alone.
But yeah, I think the kids are gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna figure out revolution. They're gonna get the revolution going somehow. Anyway, I gotta go get it. I'm gonna go. I gotta go eat, and then
I'm about to go and
get ready
relax.
for work. You what?
I'm about to go relax.
All right, bro.